On the factory floor, a worker edges too close to the massive roller. The belt hums steadily, pulling forward with quiet power. In that silence, danger waits. Focused on the job, he leans in, not realizing how little space stands between him and the machine's grip. The roller doesn't hesitate. It doesn't forgive. It pulls anything within reach. In a single breath, he's dragged off balance. Routine collapses into chaos. Never, ever approach exposed rotating machinery without guards. A roller's pull is relentless, and once it takes hold, escape is impossible. Atop several unsecured cylinders, a crew of workers crouch low as the truck squeezes past a roadside wall. They know the clearance is tight, but one man, slower to react, doesn't bend far enough. He stays upright, exposed to the oncoming obstacle. The wall strikes him squarely. In the space of a heartbeat, safety turns into disaster. The hazard isn't just the cargo, it's the unsafe practice of riding on top of it. Never carry people atop unsecured loads. Workers belong in safe seating, with protection from impact. One wrong move in the open can turn a routine delivery into a fatal mistake. On the edge of an embankment, a lone worker watches as the excavator lifts a bucket full of wet soil. He stands directly beneath the suspended weight. The operator swings the arm slowly. The bucket tilts, its contents shifting, heavy and unstable. Without warning, tons of earth spill downward. The worker has no chance to step clear. Never, ever stand beneath raised equipment. Define exclusion zones. Train crews to respect the swing path. A suspended load is always a loaded risk. High above the ground, a worker climbs bare steel, gripping with his hands alone. No harness, no rails, nothing to hold him if he slips. The site is quiet. The frame sways under his weight. Each step higher leaves no room for error. Then, in an instant, the support fails. He drops through open air, vanishing into dust and silence. Tie off every time. Guardrails, lifelines, and harnesses are non-negotiable. Gravity doesn't wait for mistakes. It punishes them instantly. In a crowded yard, an excavator moves forward with its bucket raised. Just a few meters away, two workers lean casually against a wall. The machine crawls closer. The bucket swings wide, its steel edge aligned with where they stand. One sudden surge, and the bucket slams against the wall, leaving no room for escape. Never stand in the travel path of heavy equipment. An excavator's slightest move carries more force than a human can withstand. In a warehouse full of motion, a forklift rumbles forward with a pallet high above its forks. Perched dangerously on top is a man who should never be there. The driver jerks forward, the load wobbles, the rider sways. Around them, workers glance but say nothing. Then balance breaks. The stack topples, steel and man crashing down together. Forklifts are built for cargo, not people. Riding on a load is gambling with gravity, and gravity always wins. In a chemical yard, workers balance on the edge of a truck, pushing heavy barrels toward a vat. The churn of liquid below offers no protection, no barrier, no second chance. The platform is slick. One worker leans forward, his boots skimming the edge of safety. He slips. In an instant, he vanishes into the swirling vat below. Every open vat must be guarded. Without barriers, one misstep turns routine handling into a drowning hazard. In a yard of stacked tires, a weary worker gives one column a careless shove. Fatigue dulls his awareness, but danger is already waiting. The stack wobbles, then steadies. He doesn't notice the taller column beside him leaning into motion. In seconds, the tower crashes down, burying him beneath its weight. Stacks must be braced, spaced, and secured. A single push can unleash a collapse. Fatigue is no excuse for unsafe habits. In a cramped yard, a forklift strains under a load far too heavy. To counterbalance, 3 men climb onto the back, their weight the only thing keeping it down. The driver presses the controls, the machine tilts forward, its wheels groaning under the strain. The load shifts and the forklift rears up violently. The men are thrown like rag dolls. Human bodies are not counterweights. Only proper load limits and engineered stability keep a forklift safe. Balancing on an unsteady scaffold. A worker wrestles with a heavy AC unit as he climbs a ladder. The frame trembles beneath him. Every step makes the structure sway. The weight in his arms leaves him no chance to react if it shifts. And then it does. The ladder slips, the scaffold collapses, and man, metal, and machine fall as one. Improvised scaffolds are traps. Heavy lifts demand hoists, anchors, and solid platforms, not fragile shortcuts. Safety is never about speed. It's about structure. Build it right or watch it fail. Don't forget to share what you learned today in the comments. Your insight could save a life. Take care.